You wear the same thing every day.
Yeah, 100%.
Now we match today.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Rock here.
Nancy here.
I
How's
wear the
everybody
same
doing?
thing every day.
Yeah, no kidding.
Almost.
Keep it simple. Holy moly.
Why
Oh,
stress?
wow. And we should have put the fan out here. I'm already hot. It's
I can go
crazy.
get it.
Oh yeah, you probably should. You should probably go get it. How's everybody doing? Oh, it's hot up here. We have to bite the bullet and get an AC ASAP. Seriously, it's so hot up here. Like plus 40, I'm sure. When we don't sleep well, then we sleep in, and our morning routine gets thrown off because, you know, number one priority is sleep. So it's like, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. Thank you. Oh, that's going to feel good. Cheers, everybody. I'm going to wait for you, actually.
You're getting ahead of yourself, a woman.
I know. It's crazy. Sorry we're a bit late. I was trying to make supper because I don't want to make supper at like 4 p.m. when the peak time for the heat is.
Is that helping?
Yeah, it does actually. Our voices are a little. Is that the lowest gear? No, just the lowest gear is fine. The lowest gear is fine. Thank God for that fan, eh?
It's an industrial fan.
Wow. Oh,
It's an industrial fan. What can I say? I mean,
Okay,
you
now
could
let's
literally
cheers the
strap
peeps.
that to your back and fly to the moon.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Il fait chaud en tabarnak.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah. Well, it's not bad. I mean, that fan is not so bad.
Well, now, yeah,
yeah,
but like, we gotta
No.
strap ourselves to the couch, make sure we don't fly away.
Oh gosh, no, this heat is like unbearable.
It's a good
At
test.
times.
It's a good test, you know?
Yeah, you know what I'm excited about? I'm excited for the fireworks.
Oh yeah, tonight.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, that'll be
back.
fun.
It's back. Last year I didn't have it because of COVID, but there's a certain, I guess, a period of time during the summer they have a competition between
They have
countries.
fireworks in Ottawa. They have massive shows, unreal.
Oh, it's crazy, and this one's running from August 7th to August 21st.
Yeah, but
And
not
there's
every
specific-
night.
No, there's specific dates,
Yeah.
but most nights actually.
Yeah, every second night.
Right.
Give or take,
Give
something
or
like
take.
that.
Yeah, you can check it out if you live in the area. You can check it out. It's
We're
really
gonna go
cool.
check that out tonight.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
See
it's
some
gonna be
fire.
fun.
We'll have some footage for you guys. I'll take some videos
Yeah,
and put
yeah.
that on my Facebook.
Yeah, not last year, but the year before. We made every event, like every
We went every time.
time. I think it was
We were like, this is free.
yeah, free an event. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So Sunday and Wednesdays, I think it was last time.
Well, the thing
for
about
the whole
fireworks,
summer.
we checked the website today and they were like, oh, all sold out. What do you mean sold out? You sold out the sky? I can't look up at the sky? Hey, you have your ticket? Nope. Get the
Look
hell-
down.
Get the hell out
Look
of here.
down.
I'm looking up in the sky for free.
No, but I think there's a specific area where
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
go
yeah.
and
If
you
you
can
want to
get,
sit and
right,
they
VIP.
shoot them thousands of feet. Let me that hundreds of feet in the air. All you gotta do is look up.
But doesn't it feel good to have like an event to go to? Like that's the thing that I really miss.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I really missed throughout this whole pandemic, like it just, you know, the Van Gogh that we went to.
Get me started.
No, but the Van Gogh that we went to go see last weekend, that was amazing. It was an event.
Yeah.
And now the fireworks. So
Yeah,
things are
yeah.
coming
I've been
back.
sharing some of that stuff on my my TikTok, and I have to share more. I haven't put any more of those videos. I have like 6 or 7. It was really cool.
Tell them how the new strategy you're using for TikTok about like your.
Well,
like-
they've seen it. If they've seen my videos, I've started posting. I've started reading parts of my book.
That's really cool. So you have
Yeah.
like this music playing, and then as you're writing, you have this voiceover.
Yeah.
About like stories about your.
I mean,
that's
say
really-
what you want about TikTok, but it's one of the most in-depth that I know of
Yeah.
apps where you can manipulate your videos so much. You can do so many things,
I gotta
from
learn it.
changing the sound to putting a green screen behind you. If you could all do it through the app, you don't need any sort of
Extra-
technology,
any
any extra tech. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. If you're, it's not like it's top of the line for all the stuff, but a lot
No,
of the
but
things
it's
are really
good.
good. I mean, they all these different filters, black and white, and you can add music, and it's copyright free because it's only like 30 seconds. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a
That's
really
I should maybe use that.
good
more.
app, I would say. I really enjoy that app. I mean, I'm approaching 10,000 followers, and and Facebook
That's
and
cool.
Instagram combined are not even that close. Not even like 300.
Oh my gosh.
So it shows you something, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of value there in regards to getting yourself exposed and
you're getting
spread out there, you know.
You're getting ahead in your book there. Like you're.
I'm just getting to about 3/4 of the way.
Adding on the meat is what you
Well,
were saying.
well, what I'm doing now is I'm actually running my. So I take a paragraph, or whatever, a section. I go through it. I
Yeah.
add stuff, whatever. Then I run it through Grammarly. Grammarly is a great app because it sees the mistakes that I keep missing.
Yeah, and
when
you're
you-
already very good at
When you look,
writing.
yeah. So when you look at every time I put a document in Grammarly, every time it starts off at 81%.
Wow.
Now I don't know if that's because of the
So you're
app
81%
starts
smart?
at 80%, but then
No,
you
because
can
it started at
correct it.
46 for me.
Wow, boy.
No, I'm just
So
kidding.
then you can like correct it and you change a few things and then it bumps up the percentage, right?
That's cool.
Grammarly is really cool too because you can decide when you start editing a document, it asks you, what are you trying to do here? Are you trying to tell a
Oh.
story? Are you trying to be,
Like
you
a
know,
course, an online
support-
course, or-
like it asks specific details of what are you trying to convey? Are you trying to be optimistic? Are you trying to be negative? Are you trying to be like it's all.
That's cool.
So you click on these things and then it gives you suggestions based on
I
that.
didn't know
Now I
that.
don't want to do all that for my whole book. I don't want Grammarly to write my book.
Yeah. Full disclosure, guys. He didn't write the book.
Yeah, it's Grammarly. But no, I just need to tweak it for like the mistakes and
Oh, that's so cool.
certain rewording of sentences because I write in français and my head is français here. It comes out English. But sometimes it's backwards, so we have to check it. Grammarly, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyways, yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's where I'm at with that, about 3/4 of the way. So the plan is to finish that first overview, and then I'm going to look for an artist to draw all those pages while I continuously tweak and add more stuff to the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What a
So-
process. Quite the process.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned and yeah, it's amazing.
Le franglais, ben oui.
Yeah. Yeah. So today, well, we've been really focusing on self-education. I think it really helps even us, like, for everybody to be more proactive in your projects and in your self-development. I think it's, like for yourself, you're finding a big difference in your.
Yeah.
your journey.
This pandemic, we really have to take care of our minds.
Oh, your mindset for
The
sure.
mind.
Oh yeah.
You really have to. I'm finding the pandemic tough now because it just seems that there's no end in sight.
Yes.
That's how I'm feeling right now. It's like, tabarnak, when is this going to finish? No, see. Anyways,
No, it's true, and
but it's like, so you really have to take care of your mental health, number one.
yes.
And one of the things that we've talked about many times, and I still stand behind that, is to stop listening to the news.
Well, I
Just
mean,
stop listening to the news.
crowd it out with something that's going to help
Listen
you
to stuff that's going to benefit
into the person whom you want to become. You know?
Yeah, because the more you listen to something that's negative and fear-based and propaganda and the more you feel like it's heavy.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have
it
to
does.
lighten it up. Even I
Absolutely.
find myself too, TikTok, there's a lot of apps, a lot of people talking about COVID and stuff like that.
Yes.
And it's like, I gotta watch because if I click like, for example,
You're gonna get more of that.
then I get more of that.
Right.
And I don't want more of that because
No.
it's like, it just keeps bombarding
Well,
my
that's
brain.
the thing. It's like it's not so much in watching the news on TV now. It's more social
everywhere.
media, and then if like you said, the more you like something, the algorithms will give you more of that.
Yeah.
And it's like a metaphor for life too. It's like the more you pay attention to something, the more you're gonna get more of that something. So if you're
Yeah.
exposing yourself to negativity on a daily basis or fear-based news, then that you're gonna get more of that. Like whatever your focus goes, that's where
Yeah,
your energy flows, right?
So definitely stop listening to the news.
well,
Stop. Or limit that.
yeah, limit and
One time a
crowd it
day,
out.
10 minutes. That's all I would do.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, you really gotta watch your mind. You really gotta watch your mind. 'Cause,
Yeah.
your mind will lead you into wherever your mind is going.
right. And a lot of
So-
this thing, like this global pandemic, for a lot of us, this is considered to be a PTSD.
They are
a
registered.
form
Yeah.
of PTSD. So, and reading this book, The Body Keeps the Score. Well, we're listening to the book. I like that. In the evening, we're both listening to this book. It really puts things in perspective.
Put the headphones on, one ear each, and we lay in bed and we stare at each other.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
It's nice because we're listening
we
to
connect.
this together.
I can see her telling me with her eyes certain points in the book. She's like, "Told you," but without like saying anything. Her eyes like.
Well, no, because to me it resonates. Certain parts resonate with me.
But I also like when he's talking about specific things. He talks about victims of sexual abuse. He talks about that.
Yeah.
And every time he talks about that, I can see you looking at me like it's like almost like you're saying, "Are you okay?" And he's talking, and
I'm
like,
rubbing your head.
Yeah, and I'm
because
like,
it's heavy. It's heavy, and it's revisiting. A lot of people like don't want to. Do
all I'm saying is I appreciate you.
Well, well, it's because you're not alone. I'm with you, and I want
You are not.
I want you to feel emotionally cuddled, if that makes sense.
Cuddled.
Well,
yeah,
because it's like when you have something so heavy, you're carrying this emotional baggage. It weighs on you, and then you add the stress of the world on top of that. It can get really heavy, and it can get overwhelming. So that's why, like, if you can like spend some time and energy and listen to something that's going to help you.
Talk therapy is good too.
Yes.
That's what the kind of the subject of today is.
Yes, that's
so
what I'm getting into.
Yeah, we listened to that last night, and then we talked about it till 11:30, basically.
Yeah.
Talked about our lives, our childhoods, and how you felt like how you were alone because you didn't have any friends growing up, or not many friends. And me was the opposite. I was very popular. I should say very popular.
It was kind of a big deal.
No,
you still are.
But I was part of the wrestling team. I was popular. Okay, we can say that. But I also felt alone because I couldn't share my story.
Such a dark secret.
I had something to keep
buried down.
Right. Well, your dad was a police officer in a small town.
Yeah.
And you had a big responsibility to not, ruin that.
Not spill the beans.
Not spill the beans of your sexual abuse, and it's that was really
still heavy. Still heavy to these days.
Still heavy,
sometimes.
but you did a lot of work, which I'm sure it's less heavy.
It's less heavy.
I think it's always going to have some form of weight on you, but to manage your mind and your emotions and learning about how the brain works.
Yeah.
Due to PTSD.
I'm gonna call a therapist today, though.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is incredible.
Breakthrough, people.
Yes, this is so cool because I've been kind of hinting for.
Kind of.
Did you call a therapist? Did you call a therapist every day? Did you call the therapist? I'm just hinting that there. Just putting that out there.
Okay, listen, it's just because.
There's no subliminal messaging with you there. It's pretty obvious.
Did you call a therapist?
Okay.
No, tabarnak. But I will.
No, and I don't know if you still have the email that I sent you.
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Because you want something like he wants something that a therapist that has like a life coach approach with forward momentum.
Yeah.
I was looking more for something that has like a holistic approach, and I luckily like found someone that I really connect with because super important to connect well with your therapist.
Yeah,
because
your therapist is
you're really opening up. You're really like being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it can be a scary place, and it's
100% scary.
I thought for me because of doing the work all these years, didn't need it. You always think you don't need it, and then you open up that can of worm, and then it turns out you do need it. You do need that support. You do need somebody to bounce your feelings off of them. Like it's just a place where you feel safe, you feel validated, you feel heard, you feel seen. And
they're trained. They're trained. They have education behind their.
Right.
It's not just ma tante Georgette avec du café là. I'm gonna spill the beans there.
No.
Well, it's because it's easy to say no to what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And you think you don't need it, or maybe you do, but then you're just maybe afraid to, go down that road. But it's like it's worth it because then you're really getting like emotionally coddled, if that makes sense. Like it's just.
Well,
like for me,
I'm not looking for that necessarily,
I know,
but you want to learn to let go of certain things.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't. I can't. For me personally, I can't let go of certain things because it's in my DNA. It's not
hardwired.
I want to. I wish, right?
Right.
But sometimes it's like I can't help myself. Sometimes I'll just be walking around and I'll think of a memory will come up from my past of me being abused. I don't like it's, and then it affects me, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like my own PTSD and like flashbacks, right? So it's like,
and then of course it manifests in other ways. Like, so the way, like the book, if you guys want to read an excellent book, The Body Keeps the Score, it's an amazing book. It really talks about how, you know, your upbringing and your certain environment will, like, it just shapes who you are, conditions who you are.
100%.
And
Everybody.
so a lot of the times, like, because literally, like, the neurons inside your brain, they fire and wire together to shape your reality based on your past experience and your habitual patterns and your thinking, your inner dialogue.
Your upbringing, your friends, and all that.
Yes. So you can shift that. Once you're aware of that, first of all, you can shift that into getting talk therapy, doing some meditation. Because if you're feeling anxious, like for me, it's more like scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Feeling anxious. You know, like being scared. I was being like a kid. I was an anxious, scared, skittish little kid. Like it's crazy. I wasn't good in my body. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel safe.
Yeah, and the body will
Keep the score.
will keep the score.
Yeah.
For me, it's the gut, the digestion.
Yes.
So my body's kept score in the sense that I don't have. I'm not going to talk about poop there, but something's going on now, like IBS or whatever. Mm-hmm. Even though I eat super healthy, but the body has locked in that emotion or that feeling or whatever it was, and now it's manifesting physically in my body, which has always been like that. I always have had issues with that.
Then that's functional medicine where it's affecting certain organs.
So I need to talk it out.
Yeah.
I need to talk it out.
Right. Anger, your liver.
Anger. Well, anger is kind of a guy thing.
No.
It is kind of a guy thing.
I meet a lot of guys in my massage therapy practice, and it's not a thing.
Okay,
it's not a thing.
You meet a guy for 30 seconds.
No, you develop a relationship over the years.
I
in a very close
but you don't
proximity.
see them the way that. Anyways, bottom line, average guy.
But that is your perception of the world.
Whatever. Average guy is raised. My generation, the 40-year-olds in general.
You could say that actually.
Were raised.
You can actually say that.
Were raised not to cry.
Yeah. Well.
Don't cry. What are you, queer? It's a fifth. No,
Well,
so it's like you don't cry, and then you add any other childhood trauma on top of that. Plus you don't cry, and then you wonder why you have anger issues. Most men, the go-to emotion is anger because of how we were brought, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us are like that.
Yeah.
Raised, maybe not the newer generation, the soy boys, whatever, but like.
Stop it.
Oh,
No. Listen, I think it's just.
I've been crying like 20 years.
Well, you're due.
Just saying.
You're due. I'm gonna keep. We have to keep this guy accountable. Like he said he's gonna call today, so let's follow up with that. That's
Gonna
good.
call right after this.
Oh, right on. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. I think
Wrap
talk
it up, come
therapy is super, super important, guys.
talking
Take
it right
care
now.
of yourself. We're talking. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, to work with a trained professional, I think is actually a good idea.
A lot of your physical ailments, are attached to childhood trauma or trauma.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be childhood, but most of the trauma we experience comes when you're a child. Because you don't have the coping mechanisms to understand what's happening.
Well, yeah.
So it's registered as trauma. And
Yes.
it is trauma.
Yes, it is.
And it doesn't mean you can't get traumatized as you get older. It just means you're more susceptible to being traumatized as a child.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. All right.
As always.
We love you guys.
We're thinking about.
Yeah.
What? Did you miss that?
Yeah,
Try again. As always.
we love you.
ya.
We're thinking about you.
ya.
Have yourselves a good
Cold
day.
showers,
Take care of yourself.
fruits,
Self-education,
vegetables.
self-care goes a long way.
Be a
Talk
good
therapy.
person.
Come on.
Come on.